Hey, what's up guys? This is Team Hard Life Canada, Albert Sertucci, and I've got a interesting video today. This is something I wanted to do actually a while ago, but I didn't have the proper training to use this machine to be able to do this. So what it is a WorkSharp. Hold on.
Gotta bite. I think I got a lot of stress on my mind. It's a nice day to go. Yeah, I gotta line. I'ma call the whole team.
And I don't know if y'all have any kind of knowledge or use on these, but my buddy's been using them for a very long time, sharpening knives, and I'm talking sharp. They can do your hooks and scissors and all kinds of other stuff, but today I want to do my knives. And the reason being, because as you can tell, they don't do anything. They're dull. And I mean, you know, if I press hard enough, I'll finally eventually cut through some mono, but a dull knife is actually a very dangerous thing to have around because you're putting that much more pressure, and because you put pressure, things slip and you actually can get cut. Now, the other thing is too, I want to show you this other knife. And if y'all will remember my video a while back about dull knives, well, I thought this one was pretty much a brand new knife. And it pretty much is, except it's dull. And the reason being, because whoever was using it was cutting it on the concrete. So it's lost a lot of its edge here, and I mean, it's still pretty sharp down here, but this is what the WorkSharp can do. So he's gonna teach me a little bit. He's probably gonna do a little bit, and we'll get these knives up and running. But yeah, this is gonna be a great addition to your fishing deal. And no, they're not sponsoring the channel or anything yet, but it is something that we definitely want because we go through knives like crazy. I mean, we're always cutting something, and just doing that with the metals that we have, they don't stay very sharp. Now, that's a big shout out to the guys that have these knives that are made with some metals that don't dull very easily. Hey, send us one of those, man. We definitely would love it to put it through the ringer. So again, here's a video on the WorkSharp. And you're making a new edge on the blade?
On the blade.
Okay. So you're using a rough grit?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can already see it. It's going shallower. And you've done, what, 3 strokes on it right now?
Yeah.
It's that tip right there that is pretty dull.
It's sharpening the hell out of this.
Yeah, yeah. The lower end was fine. It was
Yeah.
the tip over here that wasn't. So when you're putting the blade in here, you're putting the edge of the blade towards these walls, or what are you doing?
You just hold it straight here,
Ah,
and straight back with the guide,
okay.
and then you run the tip off. Then we put a rough edge. 3 stages.
Now, one of the other things that I do know about these is you can't run them for so long. You have to run them and then let them cool, and then run them and let them cool, right?
Yes.
They're talking about 30 to 40 minutes between. Alright guys, So now what he's done is he's reshaped the edge right there, and as you can see, let's see, maybe if I come, there you go. That flat edge is now gone. It used to be real flat right here toward the end. So even right now it's sharp, but it's not crazy sharp. But this would still be an edge that I wouldn't want to play with, you know, with rubbing it as hard as I did against my fingers. So, all right, now what he's going to do, he's going to jump up to the second stage. And this one is a 220 grit, correct?
Yes.
Ooh, that's getting a lot better right there. Oh yeah, you can feel it. I can feel it almost catching the individual ribs of my finger or whatever.
Hello.
So
Anybody out there haven't seen in a while? I'm sharpening a knife for them.
yeah, getting there. Get all that rust cleaned off too.
My fingers are so sweet.
So you've already attached the third one on,
Right.
and what grit is that?
6,000.
Ooh. That's like a shining grit right there.
Yeah.
But that, obviously, this is, you know, a real cheap knife and cheap metal and stuff like that. But still, to go from what it was to what it is now, you can see. Oh, let me do that again. You can see where it's taking off some hairs there. Come on, this thing needs to focus.
Here's some hair right here.
Focus. There you go. So, yeah, you can see where I did the first swipe and then the second one. But again, like I said, that's... Hey, man, there it goes. It is taking off hair. Obviously, a little bit more work. It may be able to get it to where it needs to be. But for cutting bait, that is a good bait knife. What we're going to do, we're going to upgrade to a Kershaw. And this one's the one that I showed you a little while ago that it was dull. And could probably start a fire just trying to cut through some meat or something like that. So we're gonna give it a shot, and then after that we got a Dexter that's kind of already sharp, but I want to make it sharper.
Okay. So run this a couple times just to, don't need much. One more pass.
That's already looking real pretty. Still needs a little bit right here.
Don't want to burn the tip too much. Okay, once again, the second one, 220. Oh no.
Let's see. I'll do some close-ups on it here in a little bit. It's not, camera's not letting it focus. See how it's delaying the video? That's crazy. I don't know. We'll find out.
Alex should be on his way too. Okay. I told him last night between 9 and 9:30.
Yeah, once I get this done, I'll be able to crack it. Let's see how fuck it, my finger right now. No, I fucking stuck the head of the drill. All right, so like we said, the Dexter is sharp, but he's going to go ahead and do the 3-step process. And all right, so by him going through the 3 stages, he ensured that there was, there wasn't no nicks and stuff like that on the edge of the blade before he went into the 2nd and 3rd process. So, yeah, this thing is, you can feel it, but here's gonna be the real test. Yeah,
this one's
but you also got to take in consideration too, this blade is going to be a lot thinner than these two, and also too, that's a lot more edge to come across the paper. But you saw this an early attempt to cut the paper from where it was it was a butter knife basically. Butter knife was actually sharper at that point. And so now we got the Kershaw, which is my pocket knife, but this thing's been beat to hell and back because my buddy who gave it to me had it for like 15 years or something like that. But I definitely needed an edge on there, so that way if I needed to cut something, I'm not putting a ton of weight behind it to where, like I said, a dull knife is a dangerous knife, so you definitely don't want to do that. So all right, guys. Hope
and if you have any pointers, let me know.
Yes, definitely. You know, we're still
learning.
Yeah, still learning the WorkSharp. And again, we got this and on there and stuff like that. And yeah, mine might cut, so I'm putting up a fence, and I'm not very good at it. So have a good one, guys.
Yeah.
I wonder how many times would it take to make the knife dull? Really dull.
Shut up and sit down.
Yeah.
That's the way a fillet knife should be.